Hi and welcome to another Slippy Limpets video. As you might be able to see or can't see, I've come out cod fishing. Instead of using lures as I usually fish, I'm fishing with bait basically and sort of heavy beach tactics. The mark I'm fishing is about 40 miles from my house. It's a big beach with two skiers at either end and some rocks in the middle. It fishes really well at the low tide, so it's currently 7 o'clock. I've got 2.5 hours until low tide, and the idea is to fish these 2 hours down and probably 2 hours back up. So hopefully I can get a fish or two. So I'm just tying my rig up now. I'm sticking my Pennel hooks on. I'm using a Pennel's Paternoster rig. I've got, and I'm tying on a 3/0 Sakuma Manta. 545 hook as my top Pennel and a 4/0 version of the same hook as my bottom hook. I just like to have a smaller hook on the top. On my rig, I don't know how much you can see of this, but here's my clip for my Paternoster. The start of the rig. I've got 60-pound trace body, probably about 2 foot, and then I've got 15-pound Amnesia in clear as my snood length. At the bottom of my rig I've got a 7-ounce bomb. I might swap to a plain lead because the swell's not as big as forecast. And I like the plain lead just to move around, and the bait seems to settle in a nice place, nice location. To keep my hooks nice and tidy during casting, I've got a splashdown. Good little trick, you put your hook in here, and then when it hits the water it releases a hook like that. I'll show you later on. And obviously I've got a rotten bottom, just hooked on there. Made this rig myself, and then where I tied the snood, just got a couple of crimps, a couple of glass beads and a little 80-pound swivel. For bait, I've got some yellow tails. Unfortunately, I forgot a container for them, so I'm going to have to go old school and use a paper bag. And then most importantly for any bait is my bait and elastic. What I like to do is I'll grab a couple and I'll just put them down on the beach. And that means that when it comes to handling them, there's a little bit of sand on them, which helps keep helps me grip them and helps me thread them up nicely. There's my 3 worms, nice exploding everywhere at the minute, dripping all the lovely juice out. Put 4 wraps around my hook shank, top Pennel hook, and then just pull that nice and tight. And I'll get a little bit of elastic. And there we go. Not the prettiest of baits, but it will work, hopefully. So the air temperature is 3 degrees, 2.5 degrees. There's an easterly wind blowing straight from Norway or Russia or something like that. We've had some pretty bad weather over the past few days, so there's loads of weed on the beach. It might cause a bit of an issue, but the bigger problem I'm going to have is the water seems very clear. That said, this beach that I'm fishing is very, very good. The last time I was here, I caught a double shot of flounder on one Pennel hook. A bass, and then a load of codling. It's codling that I'm after tonight. Bass is a rarity for us, so we don't really target them. But codling's what I'm after. So I've just cast this out, not very far. It's a beach, and it looks clean, but actually it doesn't get very deep, but there's a lot of rocks. just kind of in front of where I am. I'm trying to fish around the edges of those. Hopefully that's where I'll get some fish. I'm using a 14-foot beach caster with a 10,000 size Shimano reel, but I've actually got a 6,000 size spool on it because I'm using 50-pound 8-strand braid, and I'll never ever need all the braid that would fill a 10,000 spool, so this 6,000 spool reel fills up nicely with one spool of Power Pro. This is Super Slick 8, which I fish straight through with no shock leader, and I just use the 60-pound rig body as a bit of strength and protection. I'm not a pendulum caster, I cannot cast properly, I just lob it out. So having 60-pound braid on does the same work as as a shock leader would, and it means I don't have to waste my time tying any knots if I get snagged or lose anything, which is always a possibility here. Just had a good bait fight. Yeah, fish on. First cast. Doesn't feel very big, although this is a new rod, so I'm not really used to what fish feel like. Oh, it's pulling a bit now. Might have just hooked up some weed. Nice little greedy codling. Get him unhooked and put back. Got a little measure here, just a bit of fun. Definitely not sized, the legal size being 36 I think. Oh, poor Gate's got 2 hooks stuck in him. He wasn't getting away. There's a big one out. There's a little one. Oh well, it's just on size, 36 centimetres. Seems ridiculous that you can keep something of that size. He's keeping himself up right now. Stop shining my light on him. I'm going to move all my kit forward, trace the tide down. That's my rig on. I'm just gonna take this horrible stuff off my line. Now to cast, I know a lot of people use a finger stall, but I use a cannon. I just keep losing finger stalls and then it's just filled with bait and horrible stuff, so cannon just holds my line in place, so I just release when I cast. Means I'm not actually touching the braid, and I think probably get a bit of extra distance on the cast as well. At least they claim that. Just wading out a little bit here, probably 10 yards. Like I said earlier, the beach doesn't really drop off at all. Give that a little thump out. I never want to wind into this because then I could just be winding straight into a snag. So the cold must have killed my camera battery because I've not been here 3 hours yet and it's meant to be a 3-hour battery. So I've plugged into a power bank, which means the audio might not be as good. So I have to take the case off, and if it starts raining, which it might do, judging by the look of those clouds over there, then I'll have to put the camera away. I don't really want to do that because I caught a fish and hopefully you guys can see it. I would like to catch some more because it feels fishy tonight, to be honest. Tides are in my favour, the weather's good. So my second cast's had about a 20-minute soak. That's generally about as long as I like to leave it before rebaiting if I haven't had any action. I think I'm pretty snagged in this. Hopefully it's just my rotten bottom and I can pull out of it. I've not been snagged with this rod yet. My last one was much stiffer. This is a lot softer, so I don't know if it's going to have the backbone. Yeah, it's alright. It's not coming though. I've got a feeling I'm going to lose all this. It came loose. Wind it in quickly, so the water's only shallow here, so you really need to crank it in to avoid any other snags, and it feels like I've lost everything. Yep, snapped at the braid. Tie another swivel on, get another rig out. It's always good to have some, oh no, I don't want that, that's a pulley rig. This is all of my terminal tackle in this one little box. It's got everything I need, hopefully. There we go, Gemini Genie rig, 80-pound class swivel. Bait, put it in the bait clip. Now, some might notice this was a blue splashdown and the previous one was a red. The red's a newer version which can take a thicker gauge hook in it. So you've got to be careful with the blue, not to put too thick a hook in, else it doesn't actually release. There's a big sandbar in front, so I'm just moving out to the right here. They set down. Whoa, that's chilly water. Set the cannon. Put that around there. There's a rock there in the water. Yeah. Oh, that went well to the right. So as you can probably see from the camera now, it's starting to rain. There's a big black cloud coming over that way. but I can see some moonlight behind it, so hopefully it's just going to blow over pretty sharpish. I'm going to put the camera away and get it out again either when the rain stops or I catch a fish, whichever comes first. So I've just had one more fish, much bigger than the last one. It's 48 centimetres, but I've got a real problem with seaweed. It was so tight around my eyes when I was winding in that I couldn't actually, had to walk back up the beach because I couldn't wind in anymore. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can, but the bend in my rod there, there's this tight little weed that just wraps around your line. I think it's where the fish are probably feeding as well, so I'm just going to persevere, but it's going to make things really tricky. I just had a pretty positive pull down. It's hard to tell with so much weight on. I actually snagged as well. So I'm out of the snag. I can't really feel any thumping on my line. Oh, slack line. Yeah, there's a fish on there. I thought it was a good one the last time, but then you can see all this weed coming in on my line. Fish can do anything at once. I can't get it in quick enough. But there is a fish on the end of this, so I'm gonna look pretty fucking stupid. You see the line, weed catching on the top of my line. Gonna have to walk it back a bit. Oh, what a nightmare. Almost better off hand lining it in. Hey. There's much I can do with a rod. Let's see if there's something on the end. Well, there we go. I'll walk straight past it because it was stuck in all this crap. Plastic on there. Oh, he was a hungry boy. It's clean, is it?
I thought it was a monster. The way you were winding it.
I know. It's just too much weed here. I couldn't get the line through the eye, the last eye. felt like a monster because of all this crap. Look at the state of this. Just gonna have to cut my line here, get my rig. Hopefully that should just pull out. Guy came over because he thought I was reeling in a monster. That's my line clean. Typically, I've moved further right, but I cast further left. Back to where I was before. And already the weed's starting to build up. But, still got a fish last time. Hopefully I get another one this time. It makes all that cleaning up the rig and tying knots and things worthwhile. So just as a bit of a summary, I've been here, it's 9 o'clock now, so it's half an hour till slack water. Been here about 2 hours, had 4 casts and 3 fish. So it's not been too bad. Biggest fish is 48 centimeters, smallest is 36. And yeah, hopefully I've moved to the edge of this weed now. My rod tip doesn't seem to be bouncing as much. Yes! Slackline bite. Lifted me out of the snag. It's not a big one, but at least I'm not covered in weed again, hopefully. hear is, I can't hear myself actually, but pretty wet. That's right on the end. $54cm. Nice fat little thing. That's the way. Well, that was a canny one. Still raining. Had a little nibble there. Hopefully it might develop into a fish. I'm in a snag. Two guys either side of us on a club match. I haven't had a fish yet. Another one. That was a nice little one. Right, I'm gonna go and give this fella me bait. I'm gonna pack up and call it a day. Well, that's me done now. I'm back in the car. It's about well, it's 20 to 11, so it's not too late. But I got 1 hour of the flood, 3 hours of the 2 and a bit hours of the tide going out, and I've had 7 fish or 6. It's been a good night. Talked to a couple of guys who were in a local club match. Neither of them had a fish, unfortunately, so I gave one of them the last few of my yellowtails, and he quickly moved into my spot as soon as I left. Hopefully he gets something, and yeah, I'm gonna spend the 50 minutes driving home now, and then maybe get editing or so. But hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there was enough footage to see. I don't know how it looks. I've never done this with a head cam before, so and obviously not much light, just having my little head torch. But fingers crossed there's something there, and then I'll just waste my time talking into my phone. Like I said, I hope you enjoy the video. Click the thumbs up button if you do, share it amongst your mates, and if you haven't already subscribe to the channel, click on the notification button, and that way I don't often upload videos, but at least you'll not miss it when I do. Okay, see you again soon. Tight lines.